Good morning. Welcome, everyone. This is Playable Worlds, and we are talking about Stars Reach this morning. In fact, we're talking about one specific update that just came out for Stars Reach this past week that we're calling Brave New Worlds. My name's Carneros, and this is the game director, Dave Georgeson, and we're excited to talk to you about what we did this week, how much change occurred, and why. But first, let's do a couple of housekeeping announcements first. Those are important for some reason. One thing we did this week is we started delivering some of the promised rewards from the Kickstarter campaign. The backers who helped complete the social challenges received their Discord roles this week. So if you're just tuning in, check yourself out, see if you've got any new roles on there. Thomas, explain if I said anything incorrectly.
No, it's correct.
Okay, great. That's part of the fun this week. Also this week, Raph wrote some more lore. So Raph couldn't be with us today. He is down at San Diego Comic-Con, nerding out. I was there yesterday. It was a heck of a lot of fun. I have a new respect for the patience of people. They weren't even all dressed up in cosplay, and people were asking each other if they could take their picture with them, and they were all being super gracious about it. It was crazy. There were wonderful families dressed up, mom, dad, and kids all dressed up in a theme together, and it worked. And I knew people put in hours and hours of effort. Anyway, it was all great, wonderful. But I'm off target here for a second. New lore came out this week, and it's related to the three-part story we had. It's kind of like a part 4, but it's really a coda to the end of the three-part series. Check that out. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Lyric. Perfect. Also, related to that lore, we released some new merchandise this week. There's a new set of merchandise and has a tie to the lore. If you want to put that link in, it's starsreach.com/store. You have to scroll down a little bit. And in fact, this merch drop is associated with the TPL, the Transplanetary League. That's the group that is sponsoring our opportunity to leave our home planet and go out into the stars and settle these new worlds. So, I'm not saying the TPL are perfect, but right now we're all excited about them. TPL is great. They're empowering humanity to spread out and grow. Thank God. And we have some merch to celebrate that. And as part of today's show, I'm now going to do our first giveaway. Surprise, Thomas. Thomas, set up your magic giveaway thing with the TPL patch. And then, so if you go look at the store, you will find a little square embroidered patch that has the TPL logo on it. You can, sew it onto your jeans jacket, the back of your jeans, whatever. Find something cool. And that's the patch. Thanks, Lyric. And this is like magic. Makes the show so much easier. We're going to give away one of those. Caveat. If you want to win this, you're going to have to share with me your name and address, because I'm going to have the accounting office. You guys have met Magic Robinson on the stream before. Remember Magic, the blonde lady? I'm going to share your information with her, and she's going to ship it from the manufacturer directly to your house. So keep that in mind. You're going to have to share some information. But what do you think? What's a good word for them to type in chat, Thomas? Patch. Okay. If you tell us when to start, though, first. Okay, start now. If you type the word patch into chat, I think you have to do it again, Alluvian. Okay. All right. If you type the word patch, Only one per person, please. When 2 minutes are up and he says, okay, stop, we're going to pull a winner. And then Thomas is going to reach out to you through the Twitch chat and ask you for your information. And then he'll pass it to Magic so that we can have that patch sent to your house confidentially. Anyway, good stuff. It's nice. It's a nice embroidered quality patch. You'll like it. Yay. Okay, while that's running, we will do one more giveaway at the end of the show, and we'll give away a Reacher tier package. More on that a little bit later. Instead, while this is running, batch, not batch. You guys.
I get it confused, I guess. Match.
Yeah, no. Oh, geez. Okay, we're going to switch back over to talking about Brave New Worlds.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm here for.
Yes, thanks, Dave. Tell us why we are doing what we're doing. Tell us what we did.
Well, the why is because we're making a game.
No, there's more than that. Yes. Although that is honestly the bare truth of it, and that is true. Yeah.
No, yeah, I amuse myself. You don't have to laugh. Well, I mean, there's a lot to it, but as we march closer and closer to 24/7, we have to make sure that the world is set up the way it needs to be. And there's a lot of elements that are in this update that allow us to get a little closer to that. What we're working on really hard right now is to make, when we go 24/7, there needs to be a lot of game. You know what I mean? Not more than a month or so ago, there really wasn't a lot to do if you didn't like to build. There was a lot of things. There was a lot of things to play with, but there weren't a lot of goals. And so what we need to do is make sure that the core loops, the mining and harvesting, the building, the combat, a couple other loops like that are solid, and you can play them a lot. And they're polished enough that they're fun, and there are some really concrete and visible goals. And that way you can play those things, and then when you want to just go tinker around in the world and stuff like that, that's available also. But we need that core in there so that people get in and they go, oh, this is a game, it's fun, and stick around. So this is all moving towards that direction. This update and next update will be huge leaps forward.
Yay. Okay. A little bird and an internal playtest have told me that we now have a new experience for a brand new player to go through when you first start. Can you talk us a little bit?
No, it's just really weird to talk about it like we've never talked about it before, even though we just did this on Thursday. But yeah, totally. There's a thing that we call the first time user experience, right? And I'm going to try to never say those words again. But internally, we say fatui a lot, and I hate it. So anyways, just basically what you see when you first get into the game. And we need, what we had before was inadequate. It was just a bunch of dialogues that went by. Nobody really wanted to do them. Too much verbiage, blah, blah, blah. So what we're doing is setting it up so that you're on a doomed starbase and you're trying to get through it before it all blows up. You get to pick some professions at the end and then move on into the real game by going to the TPL Starbase.
Okay.
So basically, all we're trying to do, the objective of that part of the game, I'm going to try not to say those words. The objective of that part of the game is to get people indoctrinated in the things the basics that they need in order to be able to play, interacting with objects, being able to equip tools and put them on your hotbar, WASD and jumping and climbing and things like that. Just real simple stuff. So then when you get out of that and you go into the starbase, there's a little bit more learning curve. And then you get out of that and you go to the planets and then you're in the game. And so it's just it's a little ramp to get people into the game and understand how to play it without it being just huge walls of text. The F1 screens are nice, but they are not what we need.
Helpful, but yeah, I agree. If you want to see the walkthrough of it, rather than just do it yourself. If you want to see some footage of it, last Thursday we had or day before yesterday, I don't know how to say that better. We had a live stream in the morning, and we talked about that. So, also one of the other things you learn through going through that process is where the TPL headquarters is. You end up in a cool building in space that I tip my hat to Dave for making, because I think you made most or all of it.
All of it.
Yeah, all of it. That's what I thought. Great job. Great job. And you're going to come back to it when you need something. So if you're, for example, if you're playing all by yourself and you run out there and you need some kind of resource and you don't have the right tool to get it yourself, try collecting some other resource, go back to the TPL building and try to trade with someone, or find someone else who needs something like that your tools can provide, and have them work with you to get what they need and get what you need. There are some great options there. So also, if you don't, go ahead.
We're a tiny bit in front of ourselves by giving you all of these features without chat. So there's one of the things we're working on in the next update is chat. So for now, I highly suggest that you leave chat open as much as you can, because that way, if people are looking for stuff and everything like that, you can see that it's actually happening. When we do this update with chat, not only will it have a lot more functionality, but one of the things is it'll just fade out and be kind of translucent instead of gone. Because when you can't see chat, you can't communicate unless you're in Discord. So leave chat open and you'll probably be a little more entertained with this update.
Several hand gestures come to mind, but we'll leave that aside. If you have no idea what to do and you don't mind checking in on Discord a bit, there are groups organizing some bigger, more impressive activities together. And you could join one of those groups. I don't mean sign up and marry them. I mean, just go hang out next to them and help them get resources they need and help pitch in doing what they need together to build some of these things. Last time, the Mycetium complex that they built on Pyromyces was amazing. And they've got bigger plans cooking. So if you want to help be a part of something bigger, that's an option. You guys are funny. I heard this game has PvP. How do I stay away from it? At the moment, you have to avoid time travel because there's no PvP in the game now. So do not travel forward to the point in the future where eventually we've added PvP to the game.
Yeah, don't do that.
All right. How to avoid time travel, I cannot tell you, Dave.
Yeah, don't. If you see yourself, don't talk to them.
Yes. All right. Okay, what else? World is looking so much more immersive now. Actually, Orbital Cracker, it feels it. Oh, Mr. God.
It's getting there. Honestly, we know where it's supposed to be, and it's only like a half step towards that right now. Yeah. The next update should finish up the job, we hope. And if not that one, then we'll continue finishing it in the one after that. But you've seen the screenshots. We leaked those, I think it was last week. We know exactly where we're going. It's just there's a lot of, like for instance, when we put in the new trees, we built them in a completely different way. And when we did that, there were ramifications. All of a sudden, we couldn't burn them. We couldn't chop them down. They didn't react the way that they should. There was, there's just a lot of little ripples that came from changing stuff. So as we change stuff very, very early in the pipeline, we have to work through all the other things that are affected by that. And that's why it's taking a little bit longer than we hoped.
Chef Jarek asked, since chat is coming soon, can we expect to see grouping and or leadership tree soon?
You can expect it, but not right away. I mean, you should absolutely expect it because it's a very high priority from us. But we're going to get chat in first, and that's a big enough job that we're going to get that in, and then we'll talk about the rest of the stuff after.
Yeah, it's on his mental track. So it's not going to be.
Yes.
Okay. Dazzle Sunstrider asks, has anything changed, or is PvP still planned to be opt-in?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no, we're not gonna. Yeah. No, really, we hate money and we don't want the game to succeed. Just PvP. We're gonna take all the creatures out. No, a PvP is gonna be totally optional.
He's joking. Don't clip that, you guys.
Yeah, that would be
people would get confused. PlanetSide, yeah. Marcus from Oz, who is awake at like 2 or 3 in the morning as like a crazy person. I have a question. Do you have the tech in place to preserve the space station? Or will you have to remake it after a wipe?
Yeah, the answer is I made it on the desert planet. And then we were able to effectively... Right now, when all of us build stuff, there's like, for instance, the Starbase is composed of over 4,000 building tiles, right? Which was, if I had known that at the beginning, I would have just done something else. But there was over 4,000 building tiles. And what we have is a process by which we can preserve all of those tiles as a single prefab. And then the Starbase is actually one object. I can select it with a dev tool and move it just like any other object. And I've done that by accident, which really screws up a lot of stuff. But anyway, so it's one big object now because of the way we saved it as a prefab. This is the beginning of the same kind of feature that we'll give you folks later on. But we have a lot of plumbing to do before we can get that in there. One of the things we have to get in is a selection volume. So like imagine like right now when you're using the Instaformer, there's that wall selector and the floor selector. Imagine if you could just click on a point and click on another point, and then that created a volume of space. And you could either click and drag faces or grab corners and move those around to alter that selection volume. Once we have that, then you can copy and paste stuff and move it around there like that. So there are features that need to happen before we get to the point where you're able to preserve what we will eventually call blueprint.
All right, Marcus, let us know if that didn't answer your question well enough. Chef Jarek asks, how about new characters starting the game with at least one drone light? Because the new lighting effects can make it difficult to adventure at the beginning. I was trying for 3 hours to find mats to make them, but to no avail. Chef.
I don't have my editor up right now. I can't remember what the recipe is right off the bat for a drone light, but it's not much, is it? It's like a little bit of metal and some plastic or something, as I recall. Maybe I'm wrong. Reactive gas. Oh, you know what? Since I revamped all the creatures, I'm not sure where the reactive gas is now. Hang on a second, I'll look it up.
Yeah, he's making a note. He's making a note to himself while we talk. In fact, he may just fix it if it's broken.
No, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I do that.
Okay. Okay.
We need to draw the winner for the
We'll look
giveaway.
that up. We're taking that into. Oh, we have the winner.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
We need to. Yeah.
Time out on the field. Who's our winner? Thomas.
Mr.
No. We did not draw Mr. Quickster.
Well,
is that who won?
Yeah.
I get a patch. No, pick somebody else. I'm just joking. I win.
For those of you who don't happen to know, that name in Twitch chat is Mr. Georgeson here.
We can take another one if you want to.
Do another one, please. Can you just draw again?
Yeah.
Without having to do the whole. Okay, thank you. Okay, Scepter, do you have? Are you with us, Captain Scepter? Do you copy, Captain Scepter? Do you copy? This is not your future self speaking to you. Yes. Okay, great. Thomas, do you mind reaching out to him privately? Yeah. Name and mailing address is what we need. And then PM it to Magic on Slack. Okay. Yay, congratulations, Scepter. All right. And Mr. Georgeson too.
I feel like dog.
I know. I feel guilty somehow. Okay. You were still looking up the maths for for where reactive gas occurs, I think is what you were looking at.
Yeah. It's gonna be a minute.
It does, Scepter, it does look like a peacock patch. It actually has a meaning that Sean explained to us on stream, where these are paths going out into space, and rather than peacock feathers. And anyway, it's pretty cool. It does sort of remind me of the NBC logo, but we won't mention that. Yeah, I like it. I like the TPL logo a lot, and I've ordered the hat to replace this as soon as you'll know when I get it, because it'll be on the stream.
Yeah, the TPL logo is awesome. I really like it.
Yeah. Where were we on questions? There's a color-coded difficulty system. A purple name is most difficult to kill. Yes, do not pet. Red is just under that. Yep.
By the way, sorry.
Yes.
That's an F1 screen now.
Yeah.
There's a combat tips F1 screen that has all that information on it.
Nice.
And we're starting to do things like in the job mission board, the colors on the kill quests, the kill missions, are color coded according to their danger rating. And we're gonna put it on the boss announcements too, so that you know whether it's what degree of purple it is that you're messing with. And don't forget that there are skulls next to the purple names. If you see 3 skulls, then you better have a big group.
I didn't notice the skulls. Thank you.
Yeah, it's kind of subtle. I think the trick is that because the icon is so small, it's really kind of difficult to tell they're skulls. But if you see little blips of circle-ish things that are next to it, those are skulls.
Okay. There's a joke from Ilanis saying, "I'd like to know the skill tree of these mobs. They have better skills than us. Some of them have special mojo. But
they do for now, but this update, I'm going to be we, the design team, we're going to be reworking the player weapons, and you're going to start having more capabilities than you do currently. We're still not putting in the real weapon, but we're going to make the ones that you have right now better.
Okay. All right. Well, before we get too far away from all that stuff, can you say a few words about professions and picking a profession? Like, I think if you're playing with a friend, folks should split up and take different professions when they get to those kiosks.
Yeah, if you're with friends, that's an excellent idea. If it's not, then one of the reasons why we made if you go to the title shop in the Starbase, there are titles that you can pick that are the professions, and they're only like 150 claw 2s. So you can basically just pick one of those and then put it up there, and people will know what profession you are. The different professions are, let's see if I can just rattle them off. Explorer, soldier, settler, crafter, and scientist. And I did read all of your feedback. I mean, all of it, and thank you. There was a lot of it. I read through all of that feedback, and I have absolutely retooled all of those professions, but it's not going to come out because we missed the cutoff for this little update we did yesterday. But right now, the soldier obviously is set up to be combat specific and has a shield and companion orbs. And I have all the new stuff in my head, so I'm going to probably screw this up. But I think he has a terraformer and also chronophasing. And then the explorer is really kind of like the prototype ranger, So it's somebody that goes out and explores through the world and uses the Pathfinder to uncover nav points and the Harvester to be able to discover plants, and generally just has an Omni Blaster and runs around. Kind of similar to what you had before. Let's see, the Scientist is a little quirky right now, and I agree with the feedback that it's a little bit weaker than it should be. So the new one that will be coming is much better already. But right now, it's a gravity gun. I don't remember.
I don't either.
It's
I always
good.
take Peaceful Settler.
Hang on a second. I think I have. Oh, wait. I think I know. No, it's buried too deep right now. The Scientist basically is set up to be able to, currently, it's set up to be able to do a lot of the techie stuff. So it has a gravity gun, and it has some of the skills are basically assaying and being able to tell the temperature and things like that. And that's why it's weak. So it's still an interesting class to play, but it is challenging because it's just not balanced the way we want it to be balanced. Crafter is weirdly a lot of fun for a lot of people. It has no weapons. And you would think, oh, wow, that's pretty risky in a world like this. But it turns out that it's actually fun. It makes you play the game in a different way. And you start out with the Terraformer, the Harvester, I think the Xyla Slicer in the current version. And that lets you go out and basically be just gatherer. You can do a little bit of everything except fight until you can find a way to get a weapon. And then Settler is set up to be a prototype builder. So they do have an Omni Blaster, but they also have the Fabricator and a Terraformer so that you can get metals and things. Obviously, you're not going to get a lot of wood that way, so you're going to need to find somebody that has wood in order to be able to build a lot of the building tiles. But you also you start with a homestead unlocked. So that's an advantage if that's the kind of gameplay that you're looking for. I could tell you how they're going to change it, but it's going to be a while, so I might as well wait on that. Although I will tell you the Scientist has a reflection shield, and that's going to be cool. Not yet, though.
Not yet. All right. But okay. So do we want to go through the update notes like we have done in the past? I'm going to put the link in chat.
We can hit the high points.
We can hit the high points. I'm going to put a link in Twitch chat in case you have not seen them. But first of all, the mission boards. Let's talk about the mission boards for a moment. If you played Star Wars Galaxies, this may feel familiar to you. But if you haven't, can you explain to them what the mission boards are?
The mission boards are basically the stripped down core of what the mission system will be later on. So it's a beginning starting point. We're already working on expanding it. But it starts out that it's not profession specific. Indirectly, it's profession specific. It's tool specific. So if you have a weapon, then you can take kill missions. If you have a Pathfinder, then you can take survey missions. So on and so forth. So when you go to the mission board, it's going to come up with all the available missions. Some of them, it says tool needed, and that's because you just don't have that. So once you pick up that tool, you'll be able to come back and start taking those kinds of missions. You can only take one mission of each type. There's a little tiny bug in the interface right now where when you're picking missions, it doesn't toggle them to say no more available, which we're going to fix in the next version. But for now, it's basically if you close it and open again, you'll see that. But basically, you can only take one of each type. Once you do that, then you'll see waypoints occur back at the portals over by the launch pads in the Starbase. And that will show you which worlds you need to go to. Some of those icons might be way out at the wild wormhole instead of at the portals. So you keep your eye out for that. And then you go to that planet. And once you go there, there's a waypoint on that planet that shows you where to go. Sometimes that's right where you need to go, and sometimes that's just in the area because you need to explore and figure it out. But then you go finish your mission, and when you're done, go around and finish as many missions as you can, head back to the Starbase, and you can cash them in for Clauses.
Once you know where the mission boards are, you can keep coming back to them. But for the first time, if you're going looking for them, there's a central area in the TPL Starbase that's supposed to be a marketplace area. In my mind, I can picture people standing around there kibitzing with each other, saying, "I've got 10 platinum. Does someone have 10? Plastic or whatever, that kind of thing." But there's none of that yet. You have to do it yourself. But there are a set of kiosks. They look like you went into a McDonald's and you're talking to the kiosk to order without talking to the human. It's kind of like that, although they're not as cheerful as McDonald's yet. Yeah. So there are these kiosks. I'm teasing Dave about the design of the mission boards, but it looks like a monitor on a stand type thing, and you go up and talk to it, and it's face height. No. Yeah, and then from there, it's got guidance to tell you where to go. But there's some helpful portals. TPL Starbase is great.
If you don't know the TPL Starbase yet, when you go into the central room, just look around. You'll see there's a wall that has up on a platform. It'll have 2 different kiosks that are title shops. The doors underneath that is where you go through to go to the marketplace area. Or the convention center is what I've been calling it.
What are we going to do with the auditorium and with the podium and everything?
Oh, that's supposed to be a theater. It's really for people to just have meetings in and be able to talk back and forth. We'll eventually do some offshoots of that. That's probably where the skill kiosks are going to be that we're working on this update.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Okay. I saw them and I was super curious, and I thought, oh, where are those going to go? Okay. Quickly looking to see if we're missing any questions out there. We are working to 24/7 playtest. Yep. And the next at the top of the hour of the next hour, we're going to start a 36-hour playtest. Marcus from Oz can go take a nap and come back later when it's more convenient for Australia. We appreciate you being here though too. And yeah, we'll be going for a day and a half here. It should be great.
Hey, somebody asked about where you get reactive gas. Right now, it looks like velociraptors are a good source for hydrogen, and gas hogs have methane. So those are 2 spaces that you can find that.
We don't have cows in the game somewhere?
Yeah, ball hogs.
Ball hogs, okay. Ball hogs are the cows of the space skies.
Well, they're the methane producers. Well, actually, they used to be. Now it's gas hogs. Gas hogs are the methane producers.
Gas hogs, okay. Yeah. On Earth, we have cattle for producing methane. Let's see. Are there Xeno stockyards on the base? No. I was trying to win a key from my girlfriend. Oh. We're going to need to do that giveaway soon. Alanis, you can enter for your girlfriend, and if you win, you can supply her and from her email address, and we'll send it to her. What's the situation on ships in game? Ooh, PD 420 asking the tough questions.
That's not that tough. We're not working on them.
Not yet.
Yeah, we're just not working on them yet. We are not really going to be serious about starships until after we have a galactic map and we're moving you from system to system. At that point, we're going to need starships. Until that, as long as we're doing like a shared space zone and stuff like that, you don't need to move at starship speeds. So we're just not doing those yet. There's other fish we need to fry first.
Okay, makes sense. If you really, really want to help make a spaceship, there are a group of players who are going to make a spaceship together this update, and they're going to have fun doing it. So more about that in the general channel on Discord. Okay, let's see here. What is KKND? Don't know what that means. My dog is pretty good at okay, whatever. Fun and pain in equal measures. Perfect. Thanks. Okay, good. All right, next. Actually, let's do another giveaway now, real quick, before we jump back in to talk about more things in the update. Thomas, what's a good thing you can make them type in chat this time?
Depends by what we're going to give away.
We're going to give them a Reacher tier.
Okay.
This is a Reacher tier. Flagellate. No, not that. Jeez. Do you want me to pick something?
Oh, let me think. We need to be creative, you know.
I was going to reference your girlfriend's hard work on the cooking show and say cake. He doesn't want that. Jeez. Yeah, somebody woke up spunky today, Alluvium. Jeez, you people. Thomas.
I'm thinking.
Oh, no. How about Frommy?
No, that's too obvious.
All right, you think about it while we look at this some more. Okay, and metal and gemstone rarity changed. We used to have those tiers. Do you remember that?
I do.
Well, yeah. Of course you remember.
Just answer.
Tell us how it's set up now.
Yeah, it's basically it's straight up rarity. So we have most of our metals and gems are terrestrial. So we have it's pretty easy to look up stuff. Like when we based our hardness on the Mohs hardness scale, and now we're basing rarity and stuff on that too. Now, I mean, there's certain. Well, I don't want to get into it, but basically, so this doesn't mean that on a planet by planet basis that there's more or less of a particular mineral on that planet. What rarity means is how often you see that that metal or gem show up on a planet. So if you had like 20 planets and there was a very rare metal, it might only show up on like 1 or 2 of those planets. So it can be very difficult to find those rare metals or rare gems because you have to wait till you find a planet that has that stuff on it. Once you find a planet that has that stuff on it, there's probably quite a bit there. So you can run around and mine the heck out of it and bring it in. But the rarity is all about that. And plus, we hated the whole tier thing. We just hated it. It didn't make any sense. Nobody got it. People thought that tier 5 was more special than tier 1, and it wasn't. It was just randomly assigned, basically. So we fixed that, and then we, since we were doing the rarity for metals, we also did it for gemstones.
Okay, but keep in mind F1, the function 1 key, will always bring up the tab, and if you go, I think it's called resources. When you drop down to that, you can see them all split up, in rarity tiers, and figure out what you're looking for. It's not refining, lower, it's resources somewhere. There. So you can see they're separated by gems rarity and metals rarity, etc. Yeah. So it's easier to remember where to go look it up than it is to remember the whole list. Trust me. Okay. We're typing space quicks in chat. Dear Lord. Okay, keep in mind, if you already have the Reacher tier, this is not going to win you anything unless you are getting it for your girlfriend or something like that. If you don't yet have any of the tiers from the Kickstarter or late pledges, this is a good opportunity. Type this crazy space quicks in chat, and you'll entered for 1 ticket. I don't think he means you, Mr. Georgeson.
I didn't type it this time. I learned.
I just wanted to tease you. I don't get this many opportunities to tease you during the work week, so this is nice. Next thing to tell you yes, the inventory screen looks better. I love that you can have your tool belt and your clothing slots next to each other, so you don't have to flip between them.
God.
I love that. Thank you.
So overdue. Yeah, and we got rid of the delay too. So on Thursday's build, you had to click and then kind of delay before you could drag. That's gone. That's gone. It was really not supposed to be there. There was also the ability to right click and drag was in the game, and that wasn't supposed to be there either. So we got rid of that because it was actually causing a bug. So there were a couple of reports from players where they weren't able to place a camp, and it was because the act of placing a camp was right clicking, and it was being interfered with by that right click and drag. So we got rid of that in this update.
Excellent. Woohoo! All right, how are we doing on the giveaway, Thomas? Do we need more time?
Oh wait, I was not speaking with the mic.
If
we're going to the mixer in 2 days, I guess, 2-3 days. Okay. I just wanted to see your face now.
Oh, okay. All right. Don't clip that either, Thomas. Don't put that on in social media. All right. If you're just joining us and you want a chance to win a Reacher tier package to play this game and check it out, please type Space Quicks, just like it's in chat.
Kicks. There's no U in it. Kicks. Space kicks.
Space kicks. Space kicks. Sorry. Space kicks. Okay. There, that works. If I yell it, it's easier. All right. And then we'll give it another minute or two, and then we'll close the drawing off. Thomas knows what he's doing. Okay. Anything else? Creature taming foodstuffs now make more logical sense. The system itself.
Logical to me. The one that I tipped people off about was, what a deer like?
Bacon?
That's probably a no. Salt. They like salt flakes. So deer like salt. And tried to go through and sort of conceptualize what the different creatures would like. I think there was only one where I was like, I don't know. I'm going to make this one a little random. Most of the other ones, they're in character for the creature, for what they like or don't like. So I think that they're more logical than they were. A lot of before the feature wasn't even supposed to be live. We thought it was broken. So the stuff that was in there was very random, and a lot of times it was just herbivore meat, because that was the default. So I went through and made more logical assumptions, and then when we do the actual creature taming skill tree sometime soon, because it's all spec'd out, we know exactly what we're going to do with it. Then we'll probably revisit it again, but it's in the right ballpark now.
Okay. I do want to tip my hat to Mr. Gosh Darn, who answered with headlights. They love headlights.
Yeah, well, I guess I could make it so they like drone lights.
Thank you. Well played, sir.
You have a drone light, they stand still and watch you.
Okay, we have our winner, ladies and gentlemen. Orbital Cracker
I didn't win.
has won the giveaway of the Reacher tier.
I'm sad I didn't win.
Congratulations. And you will get a message reaching out to you from Thomas, actually from PlayStars Reach, because he's logged in as us today. And he will ask you for your email address, and we will give that to First Look into the system, and First Look will send whoever's email you give us, we'll send them the package to connect their Steam account, etc. How do you crack an orbit? Well, Orbital Cracker will have to tell us about that at some point. Okay. We've got 15 minutes left. By the way, it's possible that Rod has opened the servers already. So don't leave the show and run away. But you might be able to log in already and start playing.
Player count 0 in Discord? Wow, that was weird. I mean, Twitch.
Yeah, no. So let's jump back over to the notes. Anything else interesting? We got a new foundation tile that's helpful.
Well, it's not new. I just realized it wasn't on any of the sets. The same is true with the next. What's the next one down? It's two recipes. We had antimatter gas and ammonium recipes in the game, and they just were not ever given to anybody. So I was doing some real careful making sure that everything was unlocked properly, and I was like, oh, damn it. No wonder people could, because you're supposed to be able to take the antimatter gas and make antimatter. And that recipe just wasn't available. That's fixed now.
Thomas, we can fix that. We can get that going, right after the show, or if in a calm moment. Yeah, go ahead and set him up for.
I was talking to Sean. He was like, "You're not putting antimatter in the worlds, are you?" And I'm like, "That doesn't sound like a good idea, does it?" And he goes, "No, it doesn't." So we you will never find antimatter with just like mining.
I assume it would do terrible things to CA Sim.
Yeah, it would probably be a lot more elaborate process to make antimatter in the future. But right now, we only have a certain amount of stations, so it's on the refinery station.
Rod, you can open any time. Ilanis is asking, how deep can we mine?
All the way to the bottom.
And we made a Bee Gees reference. Yes. Ilanis, does that answer? So the core. You will get a bottom before you get a core. You'll get a bottom.
No,
or maybe not.
It depends on the world. One of the things that we have not currently built into the game, but we will be building into the game, is that some planets have very active cores. So for those of you who played on Gaiamar before we ended the worlds recently, Gaiamar, when you dug all the way down, you started hitting lava. That's the kind of world I'm talking about, where it would be a very active world. That's the kind of world that would have volcanoes, things like that. So when you dig down, you encounter lava. And once we have a pressure system, that can be a very dangerous thing because lava will be released. But then there's other worlds, and I think all of the worlds that we have right now are this type, where it's just kind of it's rock farther than the map extends. So you won't ever hit the lava. But it'll change up as we go.
Okay. All right. So sometimes it's the bottom and sometimes it's a core at the moment. Silani is asking, do we have or do we plan to have sentient worlds? That would require a definition for sentience, I believe. But
there were
your thoughts.
The short answer is no. The longer answer is there's an interesting connotation to a living biosphere that may or may not actually be sentient, but may be reactive. That's all I'll say about that.
Yeah, this is the Magic 8 Ball is unclear on this one. Myconic worlds. Are there any myconic worlds? Wouldn't you say Pyromyces was myconic? Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, mushrooms, I mean, they're super interesting plants. I mean, they're not really plants, but they're super interesting organisms. And we haven't gone super far with those yet, but I think we will when we start talking about cornucopia.
Can you build on any direction? So if you dig under the earth, can you install placements at degrees or angles so you can live on things almost upside down while digging? That I've never heard that question presented before. I would my answer would be yes, but do it in space inside an asteroid.
Yeah, in space you can do all that kind of stuff. On a planet, you can't hang upside down on a cavern roof. Yet, I mean, we might build something like that into the grapple so that you can grapple and hang, which would be really cool. But we'd have to do a lot of retooling to make that work. But in general, you can't just have sticky shoes and go on the inside of a cavern upside down on a gravity planet.
Yeah. Try it in space first and see if you like it. Inside one of the asteroids. Some of the asteroids are hollow on the inside, and you can build on, and since there's no up or down, you can build on any side and it will qualify as what you're saying. Okay. Did I have more announcements to go through?
Did we cover everything?
We skipped a few things. We could go back and talk about them some more.
Oh, that's fine.
We didn't talk about improved rendering in Flora.
Yeah, that was what we're talking about. Most of what you see right now is there's some subtle lighting change stuff, and there's a bunch of new trees that have been plugged in. But the overall visual effect we're going for is still work in progress.
Yeah, there's more coming, basically.
Oh yeah, a lot more.
One of the complicated factors is we know about what's coming, some of it, and we even showed some of it in the last Fireside to you guys. Remember when Raph was here and pulled some screenshots out of his back pocket? Well, we know what's coming. Thomas has been working on a new trailer for the game. Poor dude is trying to capture footage that looks good, knowing that what's coming down the pike here is going to look better than what we have now to capture video of. So he's been going through some stuff. In fact, next Thursday on our normal Thursday morning live stream, we're going to have a show themed around capturing video in the game and how to make it look good. And he's going to show off some of the tools he's got to work with. And I don't know to what degree those are available to every player or not, but we'll show you what's possible and get some tips and tricks for how to capture video in Star's Reach that you could show to your guildmates to teach them how to do something, that you could tell stories a la machinima, or that you could make trailers for social media or whatever you want to do. Yeah, it's good to have some tricks up your sleeve. And one of our other guests on Thursday to help with that is going to be Controlled Chaos. I don't think he's here today because he hasn't said anything in chat yet, but he might surprise me now. So tune in on Thursday, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern, and we'll do our normal Thursday live stream. And Thomas will take over the show, that one. And I'll sit here and eat popcorn and sip mimosas or something. I don't know.
Some pizza.
Okay. Pizza, yeah. I believe in pizza. And then that's Thursday. We already gave away the Reacher tier, right? Oh, we're working. Okay. Okay, that's I think that's all of our announcements. Got about 5 minutes left. The servers are open. If you've got a key to log in, you can jump in and play now. If you do not have a key to join us, please go to starsreach.com and register, or jump to the store part and buy yourself a package to jump in immediately. Those are it's almost immediately. The elves behind the scenes have to go and do things manually to make that happen. It's not automagic or anything, but it's pretty quick. And thank you, Petey, also. You guys are very kind. It's going to look a lot better. It's going to have a lot more in the game. We're pre-alpha, folks. This is where we are now, and it's really cool. And you can see the potential, but we all know we're not there yet. Trust me, we all know.
What?
Yes. Dave, you dream at night of the layers and layers and layers of stuff still to come. Trust, I know this.
It is true that I see the future.
Yes.
I see what we have now, and I know where it's going.
Yeah.
That's going to be good.
And it's going in a great direction. I'm excited. This is fantastic. For those of you who don't know us, we've been working in games a very long time. We've seen a lot of these projects. This one's on a great trajectory. We feel it. We know it. It's in our guts that this one's great. So very excited. All right. I'm going to say thank you. Is there anyone streaming that we could raid, Thomas?
I'm checking.
Do you remember how to raid?
Let me see.
I'm teasing.
I don't know how to use the mouse.
I surprise him with these things without giving him any warning. Part of my fun. You guys are cracking me up.
Don't forget to kill makers when you get a chance. Makers have lots of good drops now.
Ooh, nice.
So do bosses. Bosses have much better drops than they used to now, too.
But don't just go suicide yourselves into them like Thomas does. Get a couple friends together.
Thank you. We'll see.
All right.
It is true. Occasionally, I try to solo bosses. I'm like, I can do this. I get about halfway through, and then no, I can't. Need help.
Yeah. It's I love when we can answer questions for you guys in the stream. It's so much more fun than just coming up here with a script and talking to y'all. Much, much better to go back and forth. I don't know why they invented television originally as a one-way medium. Geez, ridiculous. Oh, actually, I do know why, but it would have been so much better if it were two-way. All right. Tusken Ninja armor drops. That's not going to come from soloing one of the bosses or even group killing one of the bosses. No.
And I know you're joking and everything like that, but items don't drop. Items are crafted. Resources drop. You might find a recipe every once in a while later on down the line. There might be chits that you can turn in for certain things that might drop, but items are crafted.
Yeah. All right.
No, Scepter. Sorry, that was really for everybody else.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Thomas, you can take us out now, and then I'll jump in and arrange for Orbital Crackers reach your tier immediately.
Cool.
Thank you, everybody, and also to Larry for the gameplay, by the way. Which is
Logan, Larrick, thank you for the gameplay. It's
my pleasure.
Appreciated. And thank you, Dave Georgeson, for joining us on stream. Thank you for Thomas for taking care of us and the giveaways and all that, the conversations and the
I'm just clicking things around randomly. I don't even know what I'm doing.
Jeez. All right. That would be me if I were doing it. And see you guys all in game or Thursday morning on the next live stream.
See you.